Hello dear viewer, I'm leesusss, and welcome back to me doing terrible things with tanks and Armoured Warfare. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do today. I think I was going to go through I had to start that recording and without a proper idea in my head of what I'm going to do, as I often do. I think I'm going to do some of the Chinese tanks today, just for the hell of it. I don't think I've done anything with them yet, so I'll work through, in a couple of videos today, I'll work through the ones on here. This is a Type 59. Now, with my usual encyclopedic knowledge of tanks and the use of wiki. Apparently this is a version of a lot of the Chinese tanks, the early ones, are versions of the Russian tanks, the equivalents, because back when these things were made, the Chinese and the Russians were big chums, communism and all that stuff. So this is apparently a version of the T-54, I think, supposedly a Chinese version, a Chinese manufactured version of it, this Type 59. This is the premium version, by the way. This was given to me as like a gift at some point by the company, some sort of promotional gift. These are the tanks that you buy, but this one here. Now, I actually didn't have a T-54 to compare this with, so I bought one for the huge price of 12,000 green things up here, green bits of paper, just for the sake of comparison. It's just one of the very early lines that I hadn't looked at all. But, you know, 12,000 is nothing now when I'm buying tanks for 6 million ago. So most of my components cost more than that. But I can't see a lot of similarities, so it must be another variant, I guess, on this. I think you can see some similarities. The hull appears to be very similar from there, and the turret is obviously different. As far as how they perform, I found in general the Chinese tanks are fairly similar. I mean, this thing has a lot of different ammo varieties, an ammo chain you can work through here, improvements of ammo, and some sight things. And the Chinese tanks. So I found that the Chinese tanks seem to have a number of things. This doesn't have as much variety in the upgrades that you've got through on here. And this one, if we look at this, you can't actually upgrade these tanks. No, there's nothing on there to tell you about at all, really. You can put some retrofits in, but that's all you can do. This thing is an absolute wall. It is ridiculous. You just don't really care with this tank. You can kill yourself. I haven't managed it yet, but you can. You just get yourself rebounded. But it's such a ridiculous tank. It's amazing. But, you know, premium tank. It's not really a pay-to-win game, but it's a bit mad. This one here. This one is still very tough, though. I like this tank. I haven't played this one to tell you. I'll do the Russian line again sometime soon. It's only a level 2 tank, but I'll play with it. But this one here, I've had a lot of fun with. It's very tough indeed. They're the only ones. But I found later on, this is not my favourite Chinese tank so far. We'll do this one though, and then we'll work our way through the rest of the line. In fact, let's do the filter. No, I won't do the filter because that way I can't compare with the Russian tanks easily. Let's just get into a match. Actually, first, I was going to put some insignias on, but I'm not really going to get enough global. There's no point. This is fully upgraded. I can't do anything with this. There's no point just getting global bonuses for doing this. Let's just get into a mission and we'll see how it performs. And this is a nicely balanced match. We've got one level 4 RT and we've got one each of main battle tank and IFV for level 4 and level 3. Unfortunately on level 3. There we go. Here is the unrefined lump of metal. It's just good standard tank practice. It's you know, stay in cover where possible. Take your shots, keep running forward. It's very forgiving. It's quite a pretty tough tank. If you take any hits, even though you're in this, I'm a level 3 and there's level 4s around me. You know, I've got the same high profile as Mr. Starship. Off you go then, fella. And Mr. Starship there. But if I make any mistakes, it should be fine. Okay, I can take a few hits without suffering massive problems. But I'm slow. I'm slow to do it. I'm slow to move. I'm slow to kill things. But it's a good, solid, standard tank. You got it, fella? You got that? Okay. Which, for a map like this, is probably pretty good. See if we can hit this guy. It's not the most accurate tank in the world, you've got to allow for that. The circles, even with all the upgrades, takes a while for the reticule to get small. It's not particularly small, it does. But you know, 7.6 seconds, a very respectable reload speed. That's not too bad. Just using heat ammo for now, heat rounds for now. Keep on moving forward. Oh, that was yellow, I shouldn't have fired that. In some levels, later levels, you find that, you know, it's hard to be a tanking tank. by which you're in there taking all the damage. Because they can really hit hard. What hit me there? I'm not sure. Might be something I can't see, possibly. It's hard to take the damage at the later levels. The later tanks, oh, careful, can be... the turret turn speed there. Can hit you really hard even if you're a very tough tank. But at this level, I'm happy to put myself forward and hopefully distract attention away from the weaker IFVs so they can do their own job without being shot to pieces within seconds. I say at later levels that can be a bit tricky to do. Come on, poke your bit out. Poke your butt out. There we go. But there you go. This is just classic for what this tank is like. You grind your way forward. You're like a force of nature. Keep grinding your way forward.
Nice job, Black Company.
Heavy. Yeah, I'm doing it, buddy. I'm doing it. Heavy, thick steel armor. Unrefined. Just take your time. Oh, don't drive into walls. Come on, get off the wall. There we go.
Looks like you earned yourself a bonus, and we have some data to sift through.
I'll get there eventually, fellas. I'm heading that way. Well, that just bounced off me. But, you know, manoeuvring, lots of fancy manoeuvring and shooting is not really in for this tank. But that's fine. To each their own, you know? Everyone has their own skills. This is being an absolute wall. If you think this is powerful, you should see what it's like with the legend version of this. Come on, swing the turret around! Crank the wheel faster, or whatever the heck you're doing. I can't see him.
Identify.
There's no point. I mean, if you see, it's not a tank you can zip off in, so... If you see an enemy off in the far distance, unless you're the only one that can deal with it, it's critical. Best just to ignore it, because you're never going to get... By the time you get there, it'll have gone, or or someone else would have got it. It's a good tank for planting yourself somewhere, taking the hits, and dishing them out. Also, this is a classic farming level, so luckily no one's screaming about people capping too early. By the way, I haven't touched AP yet, have I? I mean, it's not so critical at this level. There's only a few tanks that you're likely to meet that are a bit hard to pen. And the swap speed is pretty excruciatingly slow, as everything else is on this tank. Anyone going to touch the point? Has anyone touched point yet? I think I will to trigger the next wave of attacks. I'm not going to park myself in it though. There we go. You know, it doesn't... That actually didn't do very much. It doesn't pay to just sit there. You can't take every hit. If you can pull back a little bit. It's a good trainer tank. 101 introduction to tanks. Oh, let it kill him. There we get him. There we go. In his weak belly. So if you know where all the tanks are spawning from, I know there's a lot of tanks going to spawn from here, although most of them are already gone by now. It's a good tank to park yourself by a spawn, with a little bit of cover, and then just keep slapping things as they come out. Oi! Who did that? I saw you. I didn't see you. Quad, get him. Wherever that damn Archie is, go and find him. Oh, sorry. It might have been RB. It might have actually been this rather than Archie. There he is. Oh, if I'd actually aimed higher, and I'd have got him. Never mind. A good basic trainer tank. Not exciting. Depends on the map, of course. kills. That can help a great deal. But I've become a lot more obsessed with victory conditions, because I've played the game long enough that I'm starting to do that now, which is not good for my health. Okay, normally it's just depressing, because in the past it was always that you've survived a match and you killed a few things. You felt like you did something. Good job. Slow clap. Well, not slow clap. A polite clap. You did all right. Well done. That was my attitude in the past. Now I look at the scores a bit more and obsess a bit more about how well I've done, which is not necessary, really. I'm not that sort of competitive person normally. But here, you can actually see that I got a very high PVE. And a lot of tanks, I found a lot of main battle tanks, it can be quite frustrating, unless you're in a real grind of a map, where fighting to the bitter end is the answer, because you're going to get swarmed in close quarters, and then the MBTs really survive. A lot of the time you can suffer in the tank because you can't zoom, you can't spot as far. So just show you by the way. So points for kills, points for kill assists, points for damage done overall, spotting, which is where a lot of the main battle tanks suffer because they can't spot, they can't eye other vehicles to assist in aiming and shooting for other tanks. Killing crew depends on what ammo you're using and what you're up against. You know, just getting a penetration can be hard in some tanks. And again, components destroyed, and then your reputation earned. Okay, from performance contribution. So you can see here, I killed 8 things. I assisted with 9 because I tend to hit things and something else finishes them off. Did quite a lot of damage in comparison to the others. Not that much for a tank like this, really, but you know. And I got 13 spots. As far as the scores don't really make sense. I think I won because of the assists on this, because you can see Mr. BWPM actually got more kills and did a bit more damage to me, and got more spots. So apparently assists, which is, I suppose, it makes sense, assists is good. But I don't always understand why these scores work. We did alright though. I got some good points for that. Good stuff. So a nice tank. It's a good, simple tank. Lovely.